Hello and welcome to Friends Like Us. I am Marina Franklin, and this is.
Evelyn Frick.
We changed sides. Here we go.
We did.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Yeah. So, how are you this morning? You see, I'm running around crazy because I woke up late. I never wake. I usually get up early because I'm old. That's what old people do. They wake up early.
What time did you get up today?
I got up at like 10:30, almost 11.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
late for me.
That's about the time I actually got up today too. I don't know what it was, but I was just like felt really cozy and also wanted to sleep in.
It could be the daylight savings time.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. I just like wanted to get like a lot of extra sleep in before we spring ahead tomorrow morning, which I am not looking forward to. But it means that we'll have more light, so that's always
Yeah,
a
I'm
good
looking
thing.
forward to the light.
Me
They're
too.
talking about like getting rid of it. Like they should.
Yeah, I think so too. I heard about that last year and I haven't heard much else about it since, but I would be in support of that. I think I'd prefer to have more light at the end of the day. It's like so depressing getting off work at like 5 in the winter time and it's completely dark out and it feels like 9 p.m. So yeah, I would be in support of just having more light out.
Yeah, it's this like the pandemic taught us so much about the light. I feel like a farmer. I
Yeah,
was like,
me too.
I can't get stuff in and I got to get up early to get this done and
Yeah.
I got to get my meals done before.
Before it's completely dark out.
So it was weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, Jenny Cohen. I love
Hello.
Jenny.
I do too.
She's so sweet.
Yeah, thanks for
And
being here.
she always joins us and she's always like adding on our Instagram for the podcast and
That's
everything. So
great.
I just want to tell you, Jenny, I super appreciate you.
Mhm.
Um, oof, I'm having a hot flash. It's because of all the running around I did because of waking up late. I went to the farmer's market late. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
oh. So what else did you do today?
Honestly, not that much. I've just kind of stayed in thus far today. I had a lovely breakfast yesterday. My girlfriend baked a challah, so we have like leftover challah, which is really quite lovely.
Challah, that's the bread?
Yeah, it's the bread, the one that's like braided,
Challah.
very fancy. Yeah,
The most
so
overdone joke
delicious.
ever, right?
Yeah, but I still love it. I
Holla back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So that's kind of what I've been doing later. I think might go for a walk, do a workout. Um, but yeah, no, it's just been kind of a laid back day. And then tomorrow, speaking of light, we're having like our super come over to help us. We got like this like not a chandelier, but like a light fixture at IKEA. So we're
Ooh.
like gonna update our apartment a little bit and make it brighter in our bedroom because it is very dark in here. Um,
Lighting is so important. I still haven't figured out since I've moved things around in my apartment, like,
yeah.
it's not feng shuied. I mean, it makes sense the way I have it, but
Yeah.
the way I used to have it, it looks my apartment looks better, but
Yeah.
I can't adjust to the
Mm.
direction of my TV and the lighting
Oh,
situation.
that's hard. Yeah.
And it's I need like a soft glow,
Ooh, yeah.
like, kind of
Yeah.
like what you're seeing right now, this lighting I have
It
on my
looks
face.
good. Honestly, you're making me think I need to get like some sort of like light fixture
I
for
can
my stream.
adjust it too. It's an app. Look at this.
Ooh.
Watch. Look.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's for the cool in you.
Love
And
that.
then this is mid. I always like a nice warm.
Yeah, that looks good.
This is warm. And then I can make it bright as hell. And then right
That's
there.
great. That's so cool.
Jay told me about it. We still
Yeah.
talk, even though he,
That's nice.
yeah, did his thing. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's great. Yeah, I definitely need to get on that. I'm like not a huge interior design person. So like if we're left up to me, like I would not like make many adjustments in my apartment, but my girlfriend is. So like she has this whole plan for us to like put like new light fixtures in and then we're going to like paint a wall. like an accent wall in our
Ooh.
kitchen, because we just resigned our lease for like 2 more years. So like,
Ooh,
if
it's
we're gonna
in.
live here for like 2 more years, you might as well like really make it your own space. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
20 years in this location.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy how I've lived here. I think about that sometimes and I'm like, "What the hell?" How like, I had someone write me today. They were
Yeah.
like, Marina, can you check for packages?" So they said it was delivered because I tell you how they steal packages.
Oh, yeah.
Someone stole a package from my front door.
Oh, wow.
Like, my neighbors, we all work together. My neighbor actually did the effort of putting it in front of my door while I was
Yeah.
away, in Vermont.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just vitamins, so I wasn't stressed
Mhm.
about it, and stole it.
That's so horrible. Yeah, I've been having an issue, like, our building that I'm in has also been having that issue where people will steal packages. Like, we have a designated, like, package room, and the other day, someone put a note on it, like, "If you accidentally took this package, it's medication, like, can I please have it back?" Like, which is so rude, like
It's really it's so bad, the stealing, that's going on in all of these New York buildings, and the landlords turn a blind eye to it. That's
Yeah,
what I
there's
was
a
telling the
lot.
young lady. I was like she's like, "We're supposed to have a live-in super." That's what they told us when we signed our
Oh.
lease, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, I've been here for." I had to tell her, I said, "I've been here for 20 years. The last time we had a live-in super was, like, 2000 and I don't know, maybe right before September 11th, and that guy was drunk all the time.
Oh, no.
He was a nice guy though,
That's good.
but he was drunk.
Yeah.
That was my first experience in New York. I was like, "Okay, just go with whatever it
That's so
is."
funny.
Yeah, and then now our new super, Kenny, who I always talk about, I have him in my
Yeah.
act because he's so crazy.
Yeah.
He doesn't stay with us. He don't live in here. He has a
Right.
nice little apartment somewhere and multiple vehicles, and he's
Oh,
doing
wow.
well.
Hmm.
No
My
live-in.
building does have a live-in super. His name is Nick. He's very nice. But like I don't know like what Nick's supposed to do about people stealing packages. Like just wait out front of like the package room, like
Well, what
watch
they
people.
should do with the super, and I believe the landlord should do, is they should create like a lock cage
Yeah.
where the UPS can go, but I guess you have to arrange it. You have to give the key to whoever comes in,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
we have that, but people are stealing it out of that. Like people who live in the building.
No.
Yeah.
Oh god. So that's definite
That's
wow.
definitely someone who lives in the building, which is like, I hate that I like have to be suspicious of my neighbors. Like, can you just like not take other people's packages?
I do think it's my neighbors too. I think it's
Mm,
probably the girl right over here because she probably thought. I think what happens is people think that you steal their packages in their mind. They
oh,
go a little berserky and then they
yeah.
steal your packages back. They
Oh
think.
my god.
So I think
Yeah.
possibly what happened, but we also have these guys painting in the hallways because they had to paint. And so
Yeah.
I don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. But last night
Yeah.
at like I swear to God, I was asleep, and upstairs they decided to have a party
Oh
at like,
god.
but I was this is how tired I was. I listened to it and I was like, "Hmm, I like that song," and I went back to sleep.
Wow.
That's the new Marina.
That's growth.
I sure did. I went right back to sleep. I was like, "Not a bad song choice. All right,
That's
have a
so
good
funny.
time," and then went right back to sleep.
Honestly, I think music choice is like a huge factor in like whether or not I'm annoyed about like neighbors being like loud with their music or with parties. Like if it's a good song, like I'm not gonna, or like a good playlist, like I'm not gonna get too mad about it. But if like it's annoying or like in the last place I used to live, like the we lived above a restaurant, which for the most part wasn't like too noisy, but people would come in, like the chefs would come in and prep every day at 3 p.m. and they would play the same song so loud every day at
Oh.
3 p.m. And like after a while, it's like, can you please like just pick a different song? Like I don't care, just like anything. I don't even know
Oh.
what the song was called.
I went to the Harlem Comedy Club, this week, and
Mm.
because we're scouting a space for a benefit I'm trying to,
Oh,
do for a Harlem school that's we'll talk about, but that was severely defunded.
Oh.
Yeah, this Mayor Adams, what a
Mm-mm.
doozy.
Yeah, it's not
He is
good.
leaving the kids behind. And it's
Yes.
see, so we want to do like a fundraiser event comedy show, and the Harlem Comedy
That's
Club
great.
is, it's in Harlem, so it makes sense to do it at a Harlem Comedy Club, and it's the only
Yeah.
black owned comedy club
Wow.
in New York, hands down. I think one of the few in the country.
Wow.
And but here's the funny part. Right next to is this fish joint is very popular. I mean, people go
Mm.
to this spot, and the music. When we went to check out the space was empty. So you can hear the music pumping all the way up 4 flights.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and it's heavy bass. Heavy bass.
Oh,
And
man.
when I tell you, I was like, well, thank God no one lives here, because I don't
Oh.
know how people do it, because I would be, I mean, like, I love music.
Yeah, yeah.
But just randomly when I'm trying to take a nap, like,
Yeah.
I don't need
Mm-mm.
to, like, I need to be in control, like, when that happens.
Yeah, totally. And if it's heavy bass, it like that's you can feel it,
Ooh,
like,
it was
in
coming
your
through the
chest.
floor.
Oh, man.
So I was just like, this is interesting. I wonder how all these people, now here's a little interesting fact.
Mhm,
The Applebee's, I believe, across the street from this location,
mhm.
um, in Harlem, just closed down because it has the most, theft of any Applebee's in the of people just walking out and not paying the bill.
Oh my god.
I know it's not funny, but it is kind of, it was
It was a
like
little funny.
when the woman told me, I was like, "What?" She said, "Girl," she said, "it has the most people just walking out and not paying the check." And that, it's so bad, because I feel like I'm adding to the stereotype, like black people don't pay and black people don't tip. But times are hard.
It's so expensive to live anywhere right now, but that is kind of funny.
I know. When she told me that, I was like, "No, get out. That's crazy." Okay,
Yeah,
let me look at some of these comments here.
yeah.
Only thieves in the building,
That's
enumerate.
funny.
Oh, yes.
That's good.
Dude, that's so funny. Thank you, Ted Chambers. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you
I
watch Only Murders in the Building? I
I
don't.
do. I love it.
I, like, tried to get into it, and I don't know why, but I couldn't, but I think I should that was a while ago, so I think I should, like, try to come back to
In the
it.
beginning, it was for me too.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got maybe, like, 4 or 5 episodes in, and I was like, "Oh, this is a little slow for me, but perhaps I should try it again."
Hey, Sujay. So, hey, Queens. Depending on the sender, you can now have packages held at UPS and FedEx and local pharmacies. Yes, that's what my neighbor said. She had it held, or she was
Mm,
like put a hold, and they still delivered it. So she
mm,
wrote me. She was like, I did this for them to hold it, and they still deliver it. Can you check for me to make sure that my package is down there? So
mm,
with my neighbors, the ones that I like and the ones that I
yeah,
trust, we all have like kind of a system where we help each other out in that way.
that's
I
good.
tried to do it for the whole building, but obviously, well, yeah, there's a thief in the building. Some people don't,
Yeah.
but it's also like, not everyone is living here full time like I am, or like,
Oh, true.
so that's what's happening. Like you have, the problem of community sometimes is some people move in and out, so they don't have an
Yeah,
investment in the building, and so they don't, and then they get their packages stolen because they don't have an investment, because they're not planning to live there, so they don't join in these conversations. And I know it's
oh,
annoying to hear it,
totally.
like see the signs that I've written. I do know that,
Yeah.
but let's see
Yeah.
here. What's Scooby Doofus? What up, Scooby
I
Doofus? Not
know.
coming to Baltimore? We're right here, Marina. Oh, you're talking about the Sarah Silverman dates. So Sarah may be coming to Baltimore. So I'm doing a very limited run with Sarah. So I have like North Carolina. So this week we're doing Long Island,
Yes.
Huntington, New
Okay.
York,
Mhm.
Wednesday. Thursday is the Beacon Theater. Saturday is Charlotte, North Carolina. Sunday is Durham, North Carolina. Then we come back. Then we do Montclair, New Jersey,
Yeah, the next week.
and then Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the dates that I'm doing with her. She's doing a whole bunch of dates, but these are the dates that they've added me to. And I'm very grateful. It's going to be a fun, fun, fun trip.
It's so exciting.
And I just sent you the hotel I'm staying at. I like that
Yeah,
hotel.
I saw that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Sujay was just in Huntington to see a comic during New Year's. It's a great venue. Oh, cool. So come see us. Come check us out if you
Mhm.
can. I don't know if the tickets are some of her shows have sold out. So
Yeah,
get
I
those
saw that.
tickets. You can in that link tree that's scrolling right here, and I'll put it in the chat. I'll have time when Juskow joins us because you know how he loves to talk.
Indeed.
Um, but I could put that in the chat so you could buy tickets to whatever location you're at. All right. Hey, Rob Taylor. I forgot this is also yes, when are the Sarah Silverman shows? Check that out on my link tree. So yes, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday this week. And yeah. Anyway, let's add on the I could see he's so patiently waiting. It's so strange.
That's eerie.
I know. But before we do that, let's give ourselves a clap because I never do
yeah.
that. All right. And welcome, Juskow.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, you're in a different location.
Yeah, I'm at my mom's.
You're there again?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. I'm going to go see Victoria tonight. She's making me dinner.
The last time we recorded from your mom's house, it was like choppy.
It was?
Yeah, I reviewed the last episode of
No
us
trouble
doing-
today, though, right?
No, today's
Yeah, it's
good. Maybe it was me.
It was
I
you.
love
I
how
told
when
you.
you join us, my apartment becomes more seen.
I don't know.
It's like that's a problem. Well, welcome. Did you just wake up? What the hell is wrong with you? Come on.
I'm
Get
tired.
into it.
When I come here, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to get here by 8. So I am a little tired. I cannot deny.
Oh, yeah, I could see it. Come on, wake up, Juskow.
Well, I'll get going, you know.
This is
Meanwhile, it's too bad these are the last Sarah shows you're going to be doing since, no, I mean forever.
why?
Because aren't you having Lois drive you to Long Island? That should be the
No,
end
she's
of that.
not. Here's the thing.
Oh, thank God.
Lois is actually going to be in the car with us.
That's what I said. This will be the last shows you ever do with Sarah.
Sarah likes Lois. She met
We'll see.
Lois.
Okay.
It's
We'll
just
see how
one
that
day.
ends.
It's one day.
We'll see how that. Let me tell you, I told you that's a long goddamn ride to Long Island. It's the strangest of all.
So what time do you think we're leaving?
This is on a Wednesday. It's like, it's weird. Like nowadays, I don't know whether I told you last week, that guy from Vornado who owns all that real estate said that Fridays are just over work-wise.
Oh,
So,
yes.
Actually, I was driving around the city yesterday, and it was unbelievably quiet. That's just not right. So I would say going to Long Island on a Wednesday would be difficult because everybody goes back to work on Wednesday. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to take it takes like 3 to 4 hours to get like just 30 miles.
Really?
Long Island's
yeah,
the worst.
I do remember Esty talking about this one time.
Yeah, it's really bad. So I don't know if the show starts at 8 and you want to be there by 6, probably have to leave like at least 2 or 3. And I would say 2.
The only reason I'm asking this is because I want to get a workout in.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna send this to you later, but they sent the pickup is at 3:45.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Yes.
But as
Thank
long
you,
as Lois
Evelyn.
is in the car, that'll be the end of your relationship with Sarah. So
she invited her.
Use me to, then I'll be open for Sarah instead. That'd be great. It's a sure thing. She might have invited her now, but she hasn't spent a lot of time with her. So we'll see.
She'll be on her best behavior,
Will she?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't. You're right. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be an interesting.
I was worried.
Story.
I was actually going to call you and tell you, are you sure you want to do that?
Look what we got a compliment. Thank you, Big Blue.
Well, did you change your hair, Marina? It looks different today.
I got a haircut because I'm losing hair.
What?
when I get stressed out, it could be because of menopause too. I don't know
Why
why,
are you
but
stressed? You have this wonderful thing going on this
and it
week.
could be the winter hats. So right around here where I have very small like baby hair and stuff like
Mhm.
that, very small.
Baby hair.
This is what I call, this is where my Ashkenazi roots come in. This is like straight hair. This is, I mean, it's very strange. I have straight hair in the back and I have straight hair here and here. And then the rest of this is Congo. Seriously, it's great. My barber, because I get my hair cut. I don't get my hair,
Yeah.
He was like, "What's going on in the back?" He goes, "Your hair texture is completely different." I go, "That's the roots.
What is
Those are."
stressing you, Marina, besides that's making that happen? What's stressing you in your life?
Ted said alopecia. You have no idea how much I want to claim alopecia, but Keith Robinson yelled at me. He goes, "You don't have alopecia. Stop trying to bond with Jada Pinkett." Um, so I guess I don't have it. But what's
Right.
stressing me out
Yeah.
is I'm writing again. I'm writing my show.
Yeah.
So that may be it. We're repitching it and restructuring it. So
Well,
that
that
could be it.
shouldn't be stressful. That's all good stuff. And because the way you had it before was a stressful situation. This should be much less stressful.
Yeah, it is. And but the thing is like, so the winter hats could be to blame too. So when I was in Vermont, they sent me videos of my sets that I would want to share and on clips
Mm.
and stuff on Instagram. But I saw like an area and I was like, "Oh
Oh, that's the
no."
worst when you get, like, a video back and it's like, "Oh god."
Yeah.
So I went and got my hair cut.
That's
Ted
good.
was talking about. I was just going to ask everybody see the Chris Rock special.
That's a good one to bring up. Thank you, Ted Chambers. Ted Chambers, you're on fire.
Well, I
Good.
will tell you that first, just I couldn't wait to see it. I was very excited that it was live. I was like, what a brilliant marketing plan this is. He waits an entire year to talk about it, and then he's going to do it live. That's cool. So I couldn't wait. I was home Saturday waiting to watch. My streaming apparently stinks. It like paused all the time during the punchline, so
Oh.
that was stressful because I wanted to join. I didn't love it, but I love the fact that what he did and waited. I wanted more Will Smith and Jada bashing. It was pretty good, but I needed more. I hate them now, and I used to love Will Smith, and now I just want him to
I
go
don't
away.
hate them.
I
I
do.
think people make mistakes, and
No,
I
no, no.
think they
That's
have.
that's that's a that's not a mistake.
Roll
That's
on Daisy. Let me tell you
calculated and
something,
horrible.
Juskow. I'm gonna
What?
tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna hear it here. There are a lot of comics who were okay with the slap. They don't say it publicly. They
Why
don't
would they
say it
be okay with that?
because he's not nice to a lot of, like, remember how you said, remember when you told me certain you were talking about Jerry Seinfeld, and I was like, I haven't had that experience with Jerry. Well, apparently Chris has had a number of experiences with comics that I know, I won't say who they are, that have been similar to like your experience, like
This is
not your
so interesting,
experience.
Marina, because I was always saying he was such a sweet boy, like he seems so nice. And this is the second time I have heard that I am incorrect.
I've heard it a lot, especially some of the younger comics.
That's surprising.
So,
That's too
and then
bad.
it's weird because we've had TB. I don't know if TB is here,
I haven't
but
Yeah.
seen
TB,
it.
when he was on our live, he was saying he could tell that some of the comics were saying it was good just to be
Mm.
save face, in front of out of respect for Chris Rock, but he could tell that like the opinion has been that it's okay of a special.
That's what I heard. I
Yeah.
haven't actually seen it yet. I saw today that Roxanne Gay wrote a piece about it in the New York
Mhm.
Times, and it was pretty biting.
We talked about her on the podcast.
Oh, really? Yeah, she did not like it.
Like the special?
No, yeah, the special.
Her
I think
review was
What didn't she like about it?
really bad.
Yeah, I
Sujay
think
just said,
her take on it was that like the jokes and the set didn't live up to the spectacle of like this huge
that's so true.
live Netflix event.
That's true.
And yeah, I think I read it this morning when I was a bit tired,
In
but
that
yeah.
sense, it did seem like it was kind of thrown together, just waiting. You're waiting for the 50 minutes until he gets to the part you want.
Yeah.
My question would be, would you open with that instead and then go to your material, get it out of the way? It's a tricky
Well, here's the
situation.
thing. Well, two things. One, Hot Tim and I were talking about this. Not a lot of people sit around for an hour anymore. There's very few
Yeah.
comics that people will actually watch the full hour. So to put it at the end makes you watch the full hour,
I see.
you
Yeah.
know?
That makes sense, of course, right? Because
Yeah,
I would have
for
turned it off. I would have turned it off 20 minutes in.
yeah, because Chris Rock is one that'll hold your attention anyway. And then
Yeah, I don't
the
usually watch stand-up comedy shows at all, ever.
yeah, and then the fact that he put it at the end made people retain the attention all the way through.
Right.
Here's the other thing about the young lady who wrote the review that we were saying on the podcast. I just thought it was a bad review of as far as being a review. Like it seemed personal. Like a lot of like that point is true what she was saying, but a lot of what she was saying was like she was like it felt very ageist. I think we're talking is this a USA Today thing?
No, this is Roxane Gay and New York Times today.
Oh, okay. So I have a completely different person.
Different. Okay.
So the
Yeah.
young lady who wrote it.
Sujay said she wrote a piece like that about Chappelle as well. So maybe she's
Oh,
got a
so the
problem
woman
with.
on there was a young lady on USA Today. Her
Mm.
review was bad. It was just
Okay.
not a good review because it seemed very ageist, even in the title alone. It was like she was like
Okay.
old man,
Ugh.
sounds like he's yelling at kids on the lawn. And I just feel like that shouldn't be the review. That sounds
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah,
I agree.
it wasn't as bad as the review for A Doll's House on Broadway, was it? Boy, did that get a bad review. They call it
Really?
A Doll's House.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the worst. My friend, Larry Moss went to it opening night, and he
Wow.
was like, "This, what the fuck?" So it's they're redoing A Doll's House, no sets,
Yeah, I
no
saw that.
costumes. Jessica Chastain sits on stage for 20 minutes while the audience is coming in.
Yeah, it's just like rotating
No,
on
yeah,
the
she's sitting in a
stage.
chair. They're all taking pictures, and she just sits in that chair for 2 hours. And it people would be okay with that kind of experimental theater, except the ticket's $250 with no sets and no costumes. That ain't cool.
Well,
Yeah.
just like
That's gonna
every
piss people off.
Broadway, Broadway shows have always been expensive, but it's like insane. Like I really wanted to see Parade with my girlfriend. And like to get 2 tickets to see Parade is
It's
like $400.
Is that the one with Ben Platt?
With Ben Platt and Michaela Jackson.
$400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, like
you can't go. I told you my sister and I got tickets to the Leah Michelle one. $800.
Yeah.
$800, 2 tickets.
Yeah, I'm going to see Leopoldstadt, the new Tom Stoppard play, in a few weeks, only because the tickets were on sale. And even then, it was still expensive.
No, they raised them to $250. I can't even believe it. And maybe you can make a case when there's big sets and there's a band and there's all this stuff. But if you're talking about a regular play with Jessica Chastain, not Meryl Streep, I know she's an Oscar winner and everything, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's that's not right. No sets, no costumes, no. Where's that $250 going?
Yeah. I love this. I just want to put what Sujay was saying. My favorite line: he and his peers have achieved immense success, but still don't know how to cope with the cultural shifts that naturally occur over a long career. Agreed.
Well, what about the part where he just started talking about how rich he was and his daughter was rich? I mean, that was very.
Well, I
awful.
think he was trying to shape a sort of story
I get it.
about his
Still,
children.
But it reminds me of when Chappelle's son was at the Cellar and Dave Attell was doing his son went up on stage. I don't know if you remember this. I guess he's like 14 or 15. And but Attell was making fun of his thing. He goes, "Oh man, we had to take our helicopter here today. It sucks." That's his act.
Well, I just back to the Chris Rock thing. I will say this. I did enjoy it in a way that is different from what you're going to expect me to say. I enjoyed it because it reminded me of what comedy used to be like, in a sense. Like he looked like it was like looking at a comic, that a type of comic style that I don't see anymore. And it's sort of like he Chris Rock, I can always say he's like that Jack in the Box Negro. I was trying not to say that.
Rodney Allen Rippey?
He has a, hey, here you go, I'm gonna say something crazy, and it just it here you go, pop up, woo, and it's
like I wasn't entertained.
It was, it's his classic Chris Rock, and it's like that's just who he is. Now, I also think that streaming, doing it live, is so hard for an hour. A lot of people don't know how hard it is to do stand up for an hour live. And a lot of people don't know the process of it, is that you actually, normally, you'll tape 2 sets, sometimes more, and then they'll put the best of, and they'll edit and piece it together and do shots from the audience, and it's all edited and then repackaged and put out on Netflix. And that wasn't the case here. He had to go. That's why he flubbed the line too. It's like when you're doing it live, it's in real time.
Did you hear they took it out?
Did they?
When you watch it now, it's gone.
Oh, well, that's not cool.
No, it is not. But in a way, it's cool because, when he does the mic drop, which I can't even believe he did, the flubbing of the line kind of ruined the mic drop, in my perception. So then it might make it better.
Yeah.
And if I was Chris Rock, I probably would have asked him to edit it out too.
Oh, I didn't see the talk back after at the Comedy Store. That's what.
Oh my God, that was awful. Oh my God.
Where was that?
Holy shit, was that unwatchable?
Is that on Netflix?
No, they took it off.
Oh.
They had a pre and a post with David Spade, Dana Carvey, Arsenio Hall. Was Leslie Jones in there too, Jenny?
Oh, Uganda is here. What up, Uganda? Hello.
For some reason, the basketball Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, and it was unwatchable.
Why?
You guys didn't watch the thing live on Saturday?
No, I couldn't because I was in Vermont.
Because you can only when you watched it live. And that's, I couldn't wait Saturday. I was very excited to watch it live, so that was exciting. So they had a pre and a post, and it was not good. Jenny, I'm assuming you're going to say the same thing. I don't think I'm crazy on this. I don't think it's even a personal thing. It was.
Was their commentary just not interesting or good?
It wasn't. It's hard to explain. It just didn't work. Like they were just talking. I don't know what they were talking about. I mean, what do they talk about beforehand? So it just nothing. Nobody was gelling. The group of people they had wasn't working.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a group. Like I would want like friends or like Chris Rock's like close friends.
I just want to give a moment.
It should have been. Now Jeff Ross was opening for him. That for the live show. I just talked to him yesterday.
Oh, but did he? Well, before I go into that, I just want to say Uganda is here. We got to give it up for Uganda. Thank you.
Uganda, be kidding me.
And then also Chicago, Chris Forte. I've never seen you here before. Thank you for joining us. And George Schilly from George, you've been here before. Stuttgart, Germany. And here's the thing. Yeah, did Jeff Ross write some of his jokes?
Sometimes I think he helps out.
Oh, okay. Is that a political answer?
He opened the show. We did not see that part. He opened the show. He's been touring with him for a long time. He bought him a car.
They didn't show that part?
What?
They didn't show the part of him opening.
No, they didn't. But so he should have been at the Comedy Store. Like if he wasn't opening for that would make sense because he's kind of the king of the Comedy Store. Maybe it would have made a little bit more sense. But it's just there was no reason for it to exist. I'm dying. Jenny just wrote, "What do you think of the talkback?" I'm dying to know what you thought. Am I on point here? Is it? Did no one else saw it? So no, I don't.
I didn't see it because, like I said, I was in Vermont.
It was a little embarrassing, is the
No.
answer.
Like
Oh, let's see.
cringe-worthy.
Question for you, Marina. We have a lot of U.S. military personnel here in Stuttgart, Germany. Would you consider performing for the troops over
Ah,
here? I don't, I don't
I'll
do
come with you on
troop
that one.
shows, but if they set it up with my agent, sure, why not? And
Mm,
it works out, yeah, I would
yeah.
be into it. Just
I'll, I'll,
contact
I'll travel with you on that one.
the on my website. There's a booking agent that you have to go through, and but that would be
Well, I
nice.
don't know. So Jenny says, strange and awkward to have the moderators be white. I mean, it was mixed. I mean, Arsenio was there. I mean, that shouldn't be that shouldn't make a difference. But it was strange and awkward in general.
Mm.
I mean, why does it have? It doesn't shouldn't be all black. I mean, mixed was good. It was a good mix.
His crew is mixed, I guess.
I mean, you have Jeff Ross open for him. I mean, the guy is not always exclusive black. I mean, it's funny that Jeff Ross opens for Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. I mean, that is odd.
Well, but it also makes sense in a way that um, Jeff Ross has kind of been caught up in the cancel culture equation, and then
That's true.
also he is known for the roasts and writing jokes. That's what he's known for. And you know what? Here's the thing: Jeff is incredibly supportive. Like, he's good to have around on a show like that. Like, a lot of people don't talk about Jeff in that way, but I've always found him to be encouraging and supportive as far as, comedy goes and being in the room and all that other stuff I don't know about. But yes, as far as he's just very helpful. Like,
Well,
I always wonder when I feature for, like, when I'm work on the road, like I am with Sarah, like, do I help enough? Like, I am by nature really a headliner, because I'm not going to bring you cookies or,
yes, but
you
I will,
know.
and Sarah knows that as well since I've spoken. I mean, I was the one that kind of got you guys together in the first place, so she knows that you are a headliner, and she thinks you're as terrific as we all
But
do.
she's the most okay with me. That's why I love working with her, because
That's right.
I often like, she lets me be me, and that's like, she doesn't expect anything.
That's right.
I'll ask her. Remember when we did the pier?
Yep.
Remember the pier? What was that
Yeah.
pier? Remember that, Evelyn?
17.
17.
Mm.
And I remember I asked her, I said, I have a joke that's sort of similar, maybe stepping on your punch. She's like, I don't care, do it.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit. It's great. She's
And
good about that with lots of people, especially you. But yeah, nothing but nothing. She doesn't give a shit. Yeah, it's pretty cool
she's the
actually.
best.
She thinks you're terrific, and she knows you're a headliner, and she also knows you're just kind of sacrificing your headlining status for the days that you open for her. She
I just
understands
love
that.
working with her. And
She knows that too, and she
and
loves working with you, and she likes spending time with you.
yeah, I love, but it's like, that's the thing, is like that match of working with someone. When you see people on the road, like headliners with feature acts, that match is a chemistry that has to work out. So, like, Jeff is not there by accident. It's not a
Oh,
coincidence.
no, of
It
course not.
fits. It really fits.
Yeah, they enjoy each other. I mean, that people always say, why does anybody ask you to open for them since you stink at comedy? And I say, well, I think they enjoy the hang. That's pretty much it for me. And they like
Oh,
watching me
okay.
bomb.
So Jenny is saying the two talkback hosts were white and the four comics black.
I
Interesting.
thought actually when Chris was saying the host, Ronnie Chang was the host. So
Oh, the host. Oh, Ronnie Chang. Chris Forte is saying the host Ronnie Chang showed a clip of Jeff Ross opening for Chris Rock. Okay.
Ronnie Chang's terrific. Nobody doesn't like him, right?
I mean, no. um, yeah, Mr. Noise is saying Chris's audience is mixed and live shows are mostly white folks. White people buy tickets early. You know what? This is something I've been talking about with Keith, as far as like black audiences supporting black talent is challenging and needs to be addressed, because unless you're like Cat Williams or Samore or DL Hughley or Kevin Hart, unless you're like a mega star, like that huge, we don't come out like that. Like,
Yeah,
Kevin Hart
right.
can do
I
Madison
was at
Square
that one,
Garden.
Jay.
Kevin Hart can do Madison Square Garden, but like someone who is sort of like comparable to like let's say a Chris Distofano in the scene can't do what Chris Distofano is doing with the same audience. It's like black people, you gotta really be black people don't just come out. I don't know. I look out through my head. The black people really, they work hard for their money. So when they come out, it's got to be guaranteed. They know you, but we got to do better in supporting our talent. That's why I started Friends Like Us, circling back,
Yeah.
so that people get to know more of the talent that is actually out there. To be honest, I just had an email come in. I know I'm doing this early, from Lisa Renee Pitts, who was on our show. She is a very talented actress that I met years ago at Syracuse Stage, and she did Waiting for Lefty here in New York with Wood Harris, and I've just known her forever. And so whenever she comes on the podcast, it's great. She just wrote me this lovely email where she says, "Marina, I just wanted to shout you out again. We're in previews for my play Twilight. We had our blackout performance last night. Audience is majority African Americans. At the gathering after the show, a young lady approached me about how much she loved the show, and she heard about Twilight from me being on your podcast, which she loves and listens to regularly. I'm so sorry I didn't catch her name, but I just wanted to thank you for the platform and to let you know your LA audience loves you."
That's really lovely.
Are you I was reading, so I couldn't see you file your nails.
Yes, I am.
But Twilight is with Anna Devere Smith.
No. Twilight is with Anna Kendrick, and it is fabulous. I've seen it like.
So Anna Devere Smith,
Incredible.
Incredible actress, right?
Yeah, she's good. She actually came and spoke at Vassar when I was a student there. So I was able to see her just talk about her craft.
It's funny every time.
I don't do it all the time. I gotta pick my time.
You gotta pick your times, and it never gets old, and it is good. That was good timing.
Oh my God, Sujay, you had Anna Devere Smith as a professor?
That's cool.
Oh my God. My dream is to meet her because she is the most underrated, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Talent ever. I mean, when she does all the accents and the characters, I learned from her as a young actress, just watching her transform into these different characters. I mean, she really, it's not like sometimes you see people doing characters and you're like, that's the same person.
Yeah.
That's like when I do my James Mason character. Everybody loves him.
Oh, no.
There's no reason to fret, Marina. Of course, everyone loves this woman. As a professor myself, I don't mind telling you, I believe the children will someday say, we really appreciate Professor Juskow.
How is that going, Professor?
Oh my God, it's going so good.
How was with Paul Rudd?
It was, I'm the hero at the school now for that. But I just sent one of my students, she was in LA, I sent her to a taping of Real Time with Bomar last night. And I think Evelyn, I don't know whether they told you, I told Marina last week or 2 weeks ago that, or maybe I didn't. One of the girls stayed after class last week, and she was like, "Oh, are you walking to the parking lot?" She goes, "I said, well, we can walk to the parking lot." She goes, "Well, actually, I have to go to this University Hall, and then they take a shuttle and they bring me to the parking lot." I'm like, "Oh, I could drive you to." You know what? I can't. I would say I would drive you to your car, but I'm not allowed to. And she said, "Oh, the university tells you." I'm like, No. Everyone I've ever met has told me that I cannot do that, including my friend Evelyn. So,
yeah, I think that's wise.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
I can't believe it came up. I was like, "Oh, please." And then, well, after the Paul Rudd thing, now they're all like, "Oh my God, this guy is. Who else does he know?" I guess I don't know. It's been great. I can't tell you how happy I am about it. I'm having such a really good time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm really enjoying it. This is something I think I've always wanted to do.
Is it just for the semester, or are you going to be teaching?
Yes, but next semester I'll be teaching a time travel class.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, like movies and TV. And then the next semester they're gonna let me teach this has only been 1 credit classes, but they're gonna let me do a 3 credit, like a full a real one.
That's great.
Sujay is opening up about the fact that he did stand up at the public theater for her class.
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
Wow,
very
how did
cool.
it go, Sujay? Anna
Very cool.
DeVere Smith, midterm. Oh, hello,
And you
Marina.
went to they are DJ. I gave my final exam for the midterm for our class last week. It's been spring break this week, so next week is the last class for this abbreviated class, 1 credit course.
Thank you, Eddie from
Didn't I show you the picture, Marina,
Uganda.
of the? Did I send you the picture of the students and Paul Rudd?
No,
Did I show you
oh
last
yeah,
week?
yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, I got it. No, I just wanted to thank Eddie here. Marina, I'm a big fan of your work. Just know you have an audience in Uganda, East Africa. I did not know that, and thank you so much for saying it. I pray also to perform there someday. That would be amazing. Oh wow, okay.
You see
Oh.
Paul Rudd in the background?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, okay. Oh,
I could send it to you, but
yeah, that is so cool.
he was really he was so sweet. I'm like, do you mind posing for a picture while we get together?
That
underneath the
is
screen?
really, really awesome.
He's very, very nice.
I do want to bring up this story. I know I always go into financial stuff. I tried to talk about it yesterday while I was playing Fortnite with Mateo, and he was like, Marina, I will not talk about stocks with you. And I kept going. I was like, but you're young. You need to save your money. This is a good time for you. Get in and get some low entry. He goes, I'm going to text Keith that you're doing this to me.
He knows your kryptonite.
Keith, but the bank, is it Silicon Valley Bank, SVP, I believe. It's the biggest bank failure since 2008.
I've heard about that. Yeah, I've seen that there might be more bailouts, more recession, which is not fun.
It's not. Well, here's the thing is like, normally I would have heard a story like that and been like, so what? Not my money.
DJ
But-
said second biggest in history.
Yes, that's what I meant. Did I not say that? You know what, Eric Prince? You always ride my tail, my heels, man. But yes, and here's the thing. So all these startups lost money. Like they're not answering the phone, man.
Yeah.
You know, when a bank is like, we're not here right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of upsetting, right?
It's so, well, it's just because there's no, like, I think the most upsetting thing is that, like, we saw that in, like, 2008, that kind of behavior, and then nothing has changed. Like, we're still allowing banks to operate in that way. And yeah, it's just,
Look at this. SVB CEO sold 3.6 million in stock days before the bank's failure. Lock his ass up.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, by the way,
crazy.
can I just say something off topic for 1 second so I don't forget
Sure, go ahead.
about the Oscars?
Mhm.
I'm in New Jersey today, so you can make bets on all of them.
Oh my
I
God.
put $200 because it's plus 400.
You could make bets on the Oscars?
Yeah, on was it My Year of Dicks? For the
I tried
best-
to watch that, by the way.
Is it good?
I was doing something at the time. It was hard for me to watch.
I'm going for it. I'm hoping that's going to win. It's plus a lot of money.
It's animation.
It's totally worth it. And Jamie Lee Curtis to win Best Supporting. She's plus money too.
Well, is she up against my girl from Wakanda Forever?
Yes.
Then no.
Listen, I like Angela Bassett too, but Jamie Lee Curtis, that's pretty. She's been.
I
around
think
a
it's going to
long
be
time.
Stephanie
pretty
Sue
good.
from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
She was awful.
No, she was so good.
It's not going to be her.
She was supporting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is a tight one. But here's the thing, like, I don't know if people really care about the Oscars as much as they used to. After the
No.
pandemic, it kind of revealed that it's like kind of corny.
Well, here's the other part too. I saw the Banshees of Inisherin, whatever that's
Yeah,
called.
Sharon.
Yeah, I
and
loved it.
It's awful. And in the
No,
sense
it's
of,
not. No, it's
It's
not.
awful in the sense of that should not be best picture. That should not be a best picture. It's a fun movie, but the best picture up there with The Godfather and shit like that. The problem is they're just running out of, they picked 10 movies and there's only 5 good ones, like Tar, makes sense. I saw that movie To Leslie. That was excellent.
Oh, I haven't seen
Um,
that.
Is To
I
Leslie
saw
nominated for Best Picture?
I thought they got in trouble.
who? Tar?
No, it was the Andrea Riseborough stuff because she like
Oh, right,
was
right.
nominated and like had
Well,
people
she was just
drinking.
okay until you see Kate Blanchett's performance in Tar. You realize that everyone pales in comparison. And I like Michelle Yeoh a lot, but that performance by Kate Blanchett is just special. It's sick. You
No,
know,
I think Michelle
It's going to be
Yeoh is
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh is
well,
definitely
that's
better.
more like a lifetime achievement award too. You know, like because she's
Yeah,
great.
well, she's
at everything.
also very. It's
But if you
hands down. It
haven't
was an
seen this
amazing.
Tar,
We
then it's
saw
hard
it.
to make the. You did see it.
Yeah, it's
We
Tar.
talked about it with you on the
Yeah, yeah.
show.
You didn't think that was an unbelievable performance?
It was unbelievable, but
Oh,
it's
my-
not better. It's
off base on
it's
that?
still not what and it's no.
It's just the range of performance and everything everywhere all at once. Like
Is
Tar is hitting one note.
One
I
note,
think.
yes, absolutely.
I was just overwhelmed by that. But again, this Banshees, I just watched it the other day, and I'm like, this is best picture of the year. It's okay.
Well, no, because I think Banshees was like unpredictable in so many ways. It was written and like the humor was fantastic and it was well done and it really captures as you should know, women in Ireland, their rage. Lois.
Oh my God, that's right. I was just
When
oh my
that
God, I
woman
was
gets
thinking of
upset
that.
in the scene, there's a
Holy
scene, and I
shit!
was
Right.
like,
Well, that girl
that
was
is
wonderful.
Lois.
Yeah, that girl was wonderful too. She could pull off a Best Supporting Actress upset.
She was amazing. Do you
Yeah,
remember
what's her
when
name?
she said,
Con-
she was she got, and I go, oh my God.
Lois.
That's very typical Irish culture. I mean, like there's certain cultural aspects, rage and anger that, you want to call it a stereotype, but those things are really like culturally specific.
Yeah,
And
she
I
was
think they
excellent.
captured it.
I mean, everybody was excellent. Colin Farrell was so cute. He
So
was
funny.
He
I
was
mean,
really
the
good.
fact, and I totally have been there with people who are like, I just want to hang out. And I'm like, no, no, I
Maybe
don't
that's why I
want to
didn't
hang
like
out.
it. I've had people say that to me 100 times.
Oh, okay, so it's
You're
personal.
boring. I am.
It's You're not boring. Come on, Juskow.
Well, you know what I mean.
You're not, but the thing is, oh look, I love this. Ted Chambers, Banshees is poor man's version of Waiting for Godot or Got It.
Oh, Stace, that thing about that donkey. That's why
I
one of the reasons I
love
didn't
the
like it. I
donkey.
knew that. I knew there was going to be trouble with that donkey. That's all they do in these movies. They do these things to animals. It's just so awful.
Speaking of animals, this morning or this afternoon, because I woke up late and I went to the farmer's market, I guess I'm no longer a vegan because I eat eggs, but I eat eggs because it's the easiest thing to make in the morning sometimes when I'm rushing. And
An award.
get this,
Mhm.
okay? I finally get to talk to the one woman at the eggs place. Do you remember her, Juskow? Remember the woman?
No, not the eggs, no.
She was the woman that she does all the meat and she talks with everybody. Like she has a whole conversation with everybody. And today I got a chance to have that conversation with her because I got the eggs. And she was like, listen, she's like, you need to eat meat. She goes, we had a woman who is eating meat again. And because of that, she had a good childbirth. And that baby is strong.
Well, that's insane thinking. However, I do believe that every once in a blue moon, you should eat meat.
I just was like, what is she talking? I've been waiting to be over here to just have a conversation with her. And I'm like, yay, it happened. She's crazy. And I
So
said, well,
funny.
I don't know if I'm ready to go back to meat. I go, but I just need some eggs. I said, are your
Everybody,
eggs happy? Are they happy chickens?
Mhm.
I just feel so everybody, the vegetarian should always have meat every once in a while.
I do.
For some reason, I feel like it's part of our being human.
It's just where you get. This is what I was trying to express to her, and this is what I said to her. I said the reason I'm buying from you is because I know where your eggs are. I know your chickens are happy. You told me they're happy, right? They are happy. And she was like, yes, they're happy chickens. They're like, do they hang out with other chickens? Do they play? And she was like, play. She was like, yeah, they hang out. I go, but that's the same thing with meat too. The process, it's not so much just about me. It's also about the treatment of animals.
Yeah.
Like the way we treat animals it has to be respectful, this treatment that we're doing, because what we're seeing with chickens and the avian flu and what's happening to all of these is, if you don't do that, even in the water now, they're starting to do regulation
Mm.
in the water to prevent all of this, what they're do I don't know, Evelyn, you could probably put it better than I can. You go.
Oh, well, I'm not sure
Evelyn,
what
you
they're
put
putting in.
things so well. Sometimes I get tongue
Stace, I'm
tied.
talking about the performance of cable. No, go ahead. I'm just talking to the chat
Well,
room.
I was just I don't know what they're putting in the water.
Oh, but they're regulating like how much like tuna, and because they're finding that they're extinct and there'll
Oh,
be
I see.
nothing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
available. And then, the fish that we're getting sometimes because of what they're doing is contaminated. So you could be eating salmon. Salmon sounds healthy and everything, but
Yeah.
what is that salmon eating?
It's
My
just
cousin used to say, I don't like meat that's been working out.
that's funny.
It's too tough.
That's fair.
What? Eric Prince says New York rats have tested
Oh,
positive for COVID. Well,
Jesus.
obviously. Then don't they start plagues?
Yeah, they do. That's true.
So, Eric, you think you know everything.
The positivity rate in the city has been really low recently, though, which has
Oh,
been
has it?
encouraging. It's been like 3.5%, which like over like
Look, I have my mask with me today.
it's good. Yeah, like
I know
at
people
its
getting
peak,
sick
it's been like
still.
15%. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's still people getting sick, but it's like it's a lot lower than it has been, which is good.
It's so low in Vermont. It's
Ugh,
non-existent.
that's
In
lovely.
Vermont, they just do everything right. Remember I did that joke, Juskow, about how you can't be racist in cold weather. It's just too cold. And they agreed. They were like, "Oh yeah."
How were the shows?
They were amazing. I mean, the audiences in Vermont are just the one thing I will say, they're over liberal, like in a sense where you kind of feel like, like when I do this one joke about how I'm learning how to say things correctly, like unhoused, they don't really laugh at it. They sit there and they're like, yes, that's the right term.
That's so funny.
And how
And
was
it's
that
very
girl who
funny.
opened for you? She's okay?
She was great. Vicky.
Yep.
Yeah, she's very funny. She's a natural. She's very funny. Uh, Send some New York rats to Vermont. No, why would you do that? But I will say, I said something about wearing ankle socks and how my ankles were cold. And this woman from the audience was like, no. And I was like, that was triggering for you, wasn't it? The fact that I wore ankles.
That's so funny.
You want to find triggering material in Vermont? It's short sleeve t-shirts and ankle socks.
That's
Don't
so
you
funny.
dare yawn again. I
Sorry.
will stab you through the screen.
Well, I usually have my coffee, but I've already had too much.
Oh no, Ted Chambers, my son brought home COVID and now a
Oh.
first time player. No, I know people are also having
wow.
RSV sickness. Someone I was writing with recently, they were like had to take care of their family.
Oh.
Let's just be careful. I just keep it. Ooh. Tar was a self-indulgent examination of artists. Self-indulgence. Hmm.
Well, they're right. I guess I'm just talking about the performance, which is also reminiscent of her again in Blue Jasmine. But, I just think there's only a handful of actors that could pull off
That's funny.
That pacing was like a root canal.
I disagree. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but her performance is
Oh,
Funny.
you guys are killing it today. Eric Prince said her chickens play spades. Spades is black card game. That's a colloquialism. Oh my God. Stace and her wife, they both have
Oh,
COVID right
no.
now.
Get
Oh
well.
my God, please feel better. Are you on Paxlovid or Paxlo? I don't forget how you say it.
I think Paxlovid is right.
I have Paxlovid or what? Oh my God, I hope you're okay. Man, so there was something I wanted to bring up and then I just forgot it. Yeah, the bank situation. Okay, look at me. I'm trying to bring it back.
The time for the reviews.
No, let me tell you something. Are you worried about where you're putting your money right now?
Me?
Yeah, this is
I
a
don't have
question for
any
both
money. I
of
don't
you.
have to worry about anything.
I
That's all that.
I don't know. I bank with PNC Bank, and that's where my parents bank, and they have for a while, and they seem fairly reliable. Like I haven't seen anything in the news about them doing sketchy stuff, so I feel okay about it. But yeah, I mean, it is scary because a lot of the conversations I've been having with like family and like with my girlfriend now is just like as a young person building up savings, building portfolio, and it's just worrisome that like it seems like another recession could possibly be forthcoming, and
Well, the
all.
recession they're saying may not happen because of
Mm,
this guy. He was investigated this week. Powell, whatever,
mm,
who keeps talking about the interest rates and all this. But
mm,
so he's been achieving actually what's called a soft landing.
mm,
But this
okay.
bank situation could turn things around. You're right.
Yeah.
However, um, what was interesting was listening to them talk about in Congress,
Hmm.
especially Elizabeth Warren was addressing something that I am so proud of that I have been bringing up over and over again, but I wasn't sure. I was
Yeah.
just saying every time they talk about the unemployment rate going down,
Hmm.
that's not good for inflation, for
Mm,
bringing inflation down. So more people lose their jobs, inflation goes down.
mm.
And I thought I was crazy every time I said it because for the first time I'm paying attention,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm watching my stocks and I'm watching the finance channels. And I kept thinking, they sound like they're not happy about people working. So Elizabeth Warren went in on that point itself.
Oh
And
wow.
you know how she goes in.
Yeah. Well, she's like she was an economics professor. She knows her shit.
She was like, are you going to tell me that these people, these hard work, earn people are going to have to lose their job? You're going to keep, because you keep saying you want to stay the course. Are you going
Mm.
to stay the course with these people losing their jobs?
Mm.
And I was like, interesting. I am learning something.
That's awesome.
Juskow has nothing because all he does is gamble.
I just, being in Jersey, I can bet on the Oscars. It was exciting. That's where I usually win. When I used to work
Don't
for the
bet
illegal bookies,
against that show.
I
You're
used
going
to
to
work for
lose.
the illegal bookies, before they had legalized gambling. And they always used to make fun of me. And they were like scary guys. And like, yeah, well, Casper's kind of half a fruit. So, like he knows about that entertainment business and stuff because I always used to win.
Okay.
But I always used to do pretty big. You can take a guess on the best animated short and documentary short, and it's all plus money. You can win some money down there.
Mm.
I have a Roth IRA, Sujay.
There is my that is my money advice: is to gamble on the Oscars this week. Bet what is it? A
Oh
bag of
my
dicks.
God, you stink. I bet. Let me tell you, you're gonna lose if you go with anything against everywhere. It's
I'm not
everywhere
going
all at
against
once.
that. But
Everything
I'm
everywhere
saying
all at
I'm
once.
taking my year of dicks. It's plus 400. You put $50, you win like $240.
I don't think that I saw some of it and I was like, I can't. You know what it was? I watched it and I was just passively watching. I gotta watch it again, but the animation, I can't listen to the voice. The
Well, let me
voice was
see. Let me
bothering
tell
me.
you what else I put some money on just because it
Now
was.
look at this. Roku lost 450 million in
Oof.
that bank. Yeah, I saw that this morning too.
Oof.
Roku. So if you had stock in Roku, you're in trouble. And if you
Yeah.
have any um cryptocurrency, that's why I don't mess with crypto.
I
Everything I
bet
hear
Jamie
about
Lee
crypto is
Curtis.
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
best live action short, Les Pupilles.
Is what?
Les
I had
Pupilles.
not heard of that.
Um,
Are you voting on that? Are you
yeah,
gambling on
because
that?
it's plus money. So you put $50, you win 125. You take a chance. Who knows who's going to win best, live action short?
Where is this? Can you send me the link?
Well, you can only do it in Jersey
Of course.
because it's weird that New York doesn't have it. And I got best production design. I think they said All Quiet on the Western Front, but if you pick Elvis, it's plus 300. So I picked Elvis.
I don't know that All Quiet on the Western Front is
My year of
pretty
dicks, they
good.
wouldn't let you put $50 on. I put $30 on. That's the most they let you put on, and it pays $150. My Year of Dicks. I mean,
You just
don't you
like
want
that title.
don't of
Yeah.
course, don't you want somebody to open the envelope and say, and the winner is My Year of Dicks?
So Richard Tucci's like, what are we gambling on? Do you want to repeat what you're gambling on so that Richard Tucci can get in? But you're
It's
not
the
in Jersey. You
Oscars.
have to be in
The
Jersey.
Oscars. Best animated short, best live action short. Those ones are the best ones to gamble on. They're usually plus money, and nobody knows who's going to. Do a little research online, see if everybody has different ones that are not the favorites, and then you do okay. So like Jamie Lee Curtis is plus like a little bit of money, so it's worth a shot.
So Jenny was saying some people did great with crypto. I know someone who made 60,000 investing in crypto. I could foresee the mess, so I never did it, and obviously won't.
I did good
Yes.
early on, and remember that the thing about crypto is it's like really quick, so you got to go in and out really quick, and that's why it's fading.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's also horrendous for the environment. It's so
Yes.
bad.
Very bad for the environment,
Yeah,
which I
somebody
learned.
was making fun of my new course because we were talking about time travel. I think it was Jeff Ross yesterday, and he goes, "Yeah, go back and don't invest in crypto. Like, tell yourself not to invest in crypto."
The man who actually used to promote my podcast was one of the main ones asking people to for crypto. I believe it was crypto. It could have been coin.
Wow.
I forget, but it was something.
Bitcoin.
And I
It is
remember
crypto.
he got like, he's the same guy who said New York wasn't going to come back, and he got
Oh, yeah, that guy.
yeah.
Well, of course, that's ridiculous.
James
but
Altucher. I love James, but he's gotten skewered over his
Yeah.
opinions. Anyway, Evelyn, speaking of friends like us, why don't you take us to some
Yeah.
friends like us reviews?
Yeah, we got some great reviews this week. The first two are coming. Oh no, these are all actually from Instagram. So the first two reviews are in response to posting about this week's episode with Janice Adams and Africa Miranda. And Roroki Images said, a wonderful conversation amongst three women who are very transparent, encouraging towards one another, and willing to share knowledge. Thank you. Which was lovely. And then Janice Adams said, I always love being on Friends Like Us. Thanks, Marina Franklin, which is great. And then this review is actually in response to last week's episode with Yamanika and Kyle Grooms. And this is from Mwen Rele Reet, who said, this was such a great episode. That first half has really inspired me to make some changes. So some really great reviews this week.
Wow, yeah. Yamanika was back. We allowed her back because she was banned for a year.
Why?
Because she was playing Fortnite during one of our recordings.
Oh,
I remember that.
She didn't know that the sound was, I don't know how she didn't know that, but the sound was it's like, no, you can't do that. But she's back. So then she is on a healthier path. And she's like a
Yes,
little
I saw
sister to
that.
me. So I like seeing the fact that she's trying. And this week with Janice Adams, it is an amazing episode because she was one of the kids that was in one of the first integrated schools in New York City. She was also married to Max Roach, who is
A producer?
no, he is a legend for drumming. I want to say I'm gonna get all of it wrong, but if I look it up real fast while you guys are talking. But the thing is that Janice herself, the fact that she was a kid and had to endure integration in a school and had to experience adults yelling at her, spitting, all that. You think about that. You're trying to get education as a child. And now the conversation is everyone's worried about their white children picking up the wrong books, reading Toni Morrison, but no one was worried about those brown and black children going to school because of, it's amazing to me how quick we forget history, and it just, when we forget it, we're repeating it, and that's what's happening right now. I mean, there's so many things that are happening right now that's very scary. But I think what's great about listening to Janice on that episode is hearing her story about how parents in Connecticut got together and joined and had a book club for their children. She also encourages Black children, black parents, and it's a toss up because in New York City, the problem is that Mayor Adams is saying if there's no bodies there, then we don't fund it, which has always been. But now he's saying it as if it's a reason to defund education in these schools. Well, we just came out of a pandemic. A lot of parents aren't sending their kids to school. A lot of parents are homeschooling, especially black parents have made that choice to homeschool their kids. So the kids that are going to those schools, you're leaving them behind by defunding the school that they're at. In
Mhm.
Harlem, where the schools are already tier 1 schools, which means that they are already low on resources, they are they lost $1 million in one school.
Oh my God.
The teachers can't even go for lunch. PTA is trying to pay for the teachers to have lunch to prepare for
Oh my
their
God.
program for the kids. And a lot of the parents who used to have their kids going to the school sent their kids downtown because there was an opening. So, and these are white parents who live in Harlem, but they're not investing in Harlem.
Yeah.
And so this is a white parent who approached me and said, Marina, we need help. Our school, these kids are being left behind. These are beautiful kids. The school has sort of a reputation, that they're trying to overcome. And like all of the kids should not be responsible for that. And so it's sad. To me, it makes Mayor Adams the worst mayor we've ever had.
Yeah.
Because you cannot talk, we were so up in arms about defunding the police, but no one is up in arms about defunding education. And that is a tragedy because no one says it, because that is like a tricky thing, right? It's like, so easy. But you fund education, you also prevent crime.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I could go on, and we're hoping to do a really great comedy show at the Harlem Comedy Club. And I will let you know of those dates when they come up because we are hoping to support these babies. Another thing is the asylum, the children that are migrants, I should say, they're placing them in the school
Mm.
without any approval from the teachers, any questions from the parents.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You see like a school like Lower Manhattan, or like I'll give you an example, like a really nice school. All the schools are defunded, right?
Yeah.
But you go beneath 110th Street, you got parents who can throw $10,000 at a problem.
Right.
They can go, oh, we don't have resources. Here's $10,000. You don't have that.
Right.
You got parents who are just like also unhoused. Speaking of unhoused, so that's what we're trying to do.
That sounds great.
But I just added them on Instagram, and they were like, Marina, we're big fans of your comedy. And that's what I was excited about.
I was excited.
So, all right. I think it's a good time to get out.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I may be missing some of you jazz musician. Oh, you guys are just having a great old conversation. Everything's legal in Jersey. Absolutely. Jersey just goes wild. I mean, look at Juskow. He personifies Jersey. This is what happens when you grow up in Jersey. You're like Juskow.
Yeah, it's true. You have a lot of trouble with black people, and you try and work it out later on.
What black people?
All black people were, that's the way you learn horrible stuff in Jersey. And then you try and work through it the rest of your life.
But there are black people in Jersey. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, it's
Is
like
Jersey segregated?
No, no, it's just really racist.
Oh, is it? I never thought of Jersey as racist.
I'll tell you some stories.
I thought of Jersey as
I'm talking about everywhere I
dumb.
worked, like in the mall and stuff like that. All these people just never cared about using the N word, or especially my favorite, of course, as you know, colored people. God, people just say it like that's the way to say it. So there's a lot of prejudice here, and a lot of anti-Semitism too.
And a lot of anti-Semitism in Jersey.
Well, I had that in junior high, and then in college.
Actually, there was a story this week about some anti-Semitism in Jersey recently.
Yeah, it's been all over the place.
Remember what I told you? If you go just 30 minutes out of here, like the other way west. I told you when I went to that girl, like when she died, like the girl I was going to marry. Um, it's like you might as well be in Georgia, where they, whatever. It's the worst. I couldn't even believe it. And that's just 30 miles outside the city, and you feel like you're in a Dukes of Hazzard, place where it's not super fun.
Mm.
Yeah, Newark and Patterson. Well, those are those are not fun places either.
Yeah, I had to tell,
They're
but
very
I think
dangerous.
they're trying,
They
they're
are
trying.
trying. Obviously, my cousin was trying to make Newark better, and that didn't work. People have always tried. There's little places, I mean, they've
They
been trying to do
try.
like, I think they did pretty good in Harlem to make it better. Yeah.
No, they're
No, you
just
don't think
not
so?
black people here anymore. It's, and
Well,
I'm not saying
right.
like, look, here's the thing that is something I have to say. Just because it's black doesn't mean it's poor. It's just low income can be white as well. It just happens to be that Harlem has been, if you look at what the situation is, they never had a fair chance. When you look at the drug situation,
Sure.
everything has been put on a community that they did not have any control over. I mean, we have this really great clip of Mark Theobald talking about Emmett Till and we were actually, I didn't put this clip on, but we were talking about that comment that people were saying about like you know um how come they don't have any babies daddies. Remember that we were talking about how they
Mm.
kept commenting about maybe if black families had more
Oh,
fathers
yeah, that's right.
around.
Yeah.
And Mark said this. He goes, but why is that? No one ever wants to answer that question. Why are black fathers not there? When you think about slavery, right? What did they do? They separated families. They separated them generationally speaking. That doesn't go away. That is a lasting effect. And then you have the current situation of imprisonment of black men.
Right.
So you can't, people want to blame the victim in black neighborhoods all the time, And here's the thing in Harlem, when you talk about education and committing to the schools, like I had to tell this young woman who is white, who was like, this is a tragedy. I go, well, you know what's also real? There are black parents who send their kids elsewhere because they know the education is not good in the neighborhood because they want their kids to go to a better school. So it's a rat chasing its tail, basically. Um,
Yeah.
and but I hope that we have a great fundraiser. We get the school enough money where the teachers can actually have lunch at least.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a college professor. We don't have those kind of problems.
You stop. You don't give yourself. You better stop putting on that title.
It's
The kids,
exciting.
the kids should just be calling you Juskow.
I told them that. I said, if you want to call me that, that's fine. Because they were like, well, what should we call you? Because they noticed in my emails I would put DJ because I felt like an idiot putting Professor Juskow. Like I can't call myself that, but when the kids call it, it makes sense. But yeah, so they're like, well, what should we call you? And I'm like, David's fine. Juskow's fine. I really don't care.
Tony Richardson, I never seen you on here. Hello, where have you been, Marina? They have active clan cavern. We gotta go caverns in Trenton, New Jersey.
CJ, you're a
Whoa.
college professor?
Yes, I haven't been there. That's
Oh,
where
I
I've
am.
been. Not there. Not there. All right. You guys have been awesome.
Yeah.
Uh
All around the world today, huh? Amazing.
yes, all around the world. This has been a wonderful conversation, but we do have to get out. Evelyn, tell our
Oh,
viewers where they
cool.
can find you.
CJ, where do you
Yeah.
teach?
You can find me on Twitter at Evelyn G. Frick, also my website, evelynfrick.com. I post all the articles I've written this week. I had 2 pieces that I
Oh,
wrote
cool.
about History of the World Part 2,
Wait,
which
wait,
is
wait. What did you say
in-
about History of the World Part 2?
I wrote a few pieces about it this week.
What'd you think?
I thought it was really good. I
Oh my
liked
God,
it.
I turned it off after 20 minutes. I hated it. And I
No,
was
I thought it was good.
really
I mean,
looking forward to it.
not every sketch or bit in it worked, but I thought it did this really fun. It came back because like comedy is very subtle now, and Mel Brooks was like the opposite of that. So it's fun to see that kind of comedy
Yeah,
nowadays.
maybe I should watch another. I was trying to find out who else saw it, so maybe they'll tell me to watch another episode.
Yeah, I recommend it.
So maybe
And
I'll try the
Sarah
second
was
one.
really funny in it. I mean, she's in the
Yeah.
last sketch of the entire
And
show.
Sujay, I
But,
know a lot of people from NYU at this bar I hang out. Maybe I'll see you sometime.
but yeah, so you can find my writing and comedy.
That's
there.
cool, Evelyn.
Yeah.
Oh, Kathleen, you're asking a great question that I can't answer, but thank you, Evelyn. So is your mayor failing in forcing the school board to not allow attendance outside of the neighborhood that the school would normally service? Yeah, I would say so, but I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
have.
charter schools are a huge thing right now.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Well, they
Parental
had a charter
choice.
school trying to advertise outside of the school that needs
Oh my
students.
God.
There's
awful.
a story of a second grade in Harlem that had one student in it.
Oh my gosh.
One.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Juskow. Professor.
Yes.
Professor Douchey Douche.
No, I just my Tuesday Comedy Cellar show at 6:00 on Tuesdays on YouTube, and Juskow in the City.
Yes. Where's your mom?
She's reading outside the room.
Will you tell her I said hello?
Yeah, of course. I could have
She
her
was
come in
so
again for a second.
lovely. She's so
Just takes
lovely.
her a while to get off the chair.
Yes. She came on the last time, Evelyn.
Yeah.
You want to see Juskow's mom?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Well, no, actually, it may take too long, but
Let me see how long it'll take.
Okay. And also, you guys, make sure to listen to this week's episode of Friends Like Us with Janice and oh my God, I'm forgetting. I'm blanking right now. Janice Adams and Africa Miranda, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had some lovely face tips too.
She's coming.
About what to do with your face, because as you can see, my skin is glow. I have the light on. You see the light, Juskow?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, and so this is all just stuff I'm learning. About how to take care of my skin, and I have sunscreen on right now.
You do?
Me too. Yeah, it's important to wear all the time.
In front of computers, you actually the rays that come from computers, now they're putting on sunscreen that you need to wear it. Yeah.
Really?
That's crazy.
What's the rays? The lights?
UV rays.
UV rays, yes.
Yeah, and like blue light.
Who am I meeting today?
Well, Marina, of course, and that's our friend.
Hello.
Hello.
We're saying hi again. We always loved seeing you and seeing that how you doing?
Actually, I'm feeling good now.
What were you reading?
A book.
Oh, the chair. What's it called? The
wedding chair.
Wedding chair.
The wedding chair.
It's Evelyn. It's actually. I thought maybe you might know it because I think it's a Jewish author.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of it. I'll have to check it out.
Gloria Goldrich.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah,
I hadn't read her books in years, and suddenly my daughter brought it over, and
we both finished this one, which was excellent.
That was good.
Yeah,
The Seven Husbands.
It's so interesting because both my children are suddenly reading, and so am I, and we're.
Well, Evelyn's a writer.
books.
She writes for the Reductress, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she writes about Jewish things.
Well,
which my mother really likes a lot.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I write about Jewish pop culture.
And I got her the job in a way.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, they called me for a reference. Yes. And I said she's wonderful. They hired her. Yes. And now
she's obviously really good at what she does. Is that it? Is that what you're telling me?
Stacey's reading Seven Husbands too. Yeah, it's really good. We both liked it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Stace is reading that. Seven Husbands. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was an unusual book, and it just grabbed you that you had to keep reading it.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what you want from every book.
Everybody's saying hello. Look, see, Nina, Stace.
Well, hello, everybody.
They're all around the world, in the country.
Wow. So wait, is Juskow reading I don't think I've ever seen Juskow with a book.
It's new. Now that I'm a professor, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm starting to read because I have a lot of time at work. Don't tell anybody at work. They have nothing to do there. So I started reading, and I'm with these girls at lunch all the time. And we started kind of like a book club. So
Evelyn
she's
left.
so angry that I started reading that she just left. Or were you trying to do the same thing to my mother you do to me? She usually cuts me off when I start talking
No, I
stupid.
think Evelyn's internet just maybe it was on a clock, and or maybe she's just like it's her way of saying goodbye, like a way of going. I got kicked out.
She just disappears.
Huh?
Marina usually kicks me out.
She says her Wi-Fi just cut out.
Are you
Convenient.
going to tell me that my son says foolish things sometimes? Wow, what a surprise.
I know.
Meanwhile, Marina's opening for Sarah all this week. At the
Really?
Beacon Theater and in Long
Mhm.
Island and North
Yeah.
Carolina. She's Sarah's on a big tour.
Beacon
Wow.
Theater. We're at the Huntington, New York on Wednesday. Beacon
15th,
Theater
that's
on
wicked.
Thursday. North Carolina on Saturday and Sunday. Believe it or not, I have Jewish cousins. My mother found them.
She
I have-
just fits right in, right?
I have my mom found on 23andMe we have Jewish cousins. They live in North Carolina, which is weird. But
Mom, when Marina was in the hospital, I bought her a copy of the Jewish Times.
So they're all coming to the show.
We like to gather everybody together.
But yeah, Marina's also at. I figured this is the time when we give out the dates. Marina's also at Montclair, the Wellmont Theater in Montclair, New Jersey, on the 26th. None of these dates I can make.
Is that when you're teaching?
No, I'm just teaching on the Beacon one, which is a shame because that's one I could totally do. That's on this Thursday, right?
Yeah, the Montclair one, I think it's
that's on the
sold
26th.
out.
That's on a Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's sold out.
Yeah.
Too. She's doing really well, but it's great. I have this great picture that I put up on Instagram. I'll show you real fast of me and Sarah to promote the show.
Oh, I saw that one. It's great.
Yeah, we took it a long time ago, and I'll show you just real
There's
fast.
nothing better than the one of us, you, me, and Beth and Sarah, where remember we're under the we were under the Anne Friends dressing room.
See, there it is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's great.
This was like years ago. I mean, maybe like 10, 12 years ago we took this picture. We took a whole bunch. Just clowning around. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So anyway, I have to go. It was so
All right.
nice to see you again.
Well, thank you so much. I love when he comes on Saturday.
Yeah.
He does his thing. I do mine. Then we do something together.
Yeah, we have lunch. It's beautiful.
Oh,
Hey, Marina, have such wonderful shows. I'm so happy for you. That's really great.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
Yes, and to all our viewers, have a great week. Make sure you wash your hands. You wear your mask still if you want to. I say this all the time. Juskow gets mad at me. And don't forget that Black Lives Matter.
That's the part I really don't care for. All right, Marina, good luck this week. Seriously, great. I can't wait to see you next week. I can't wait to hear about it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.